Because maybe I really don't know what I'm talking about. Here, let me play the video again.
He decided to wait until we've been together 7 years, until I moved across the fucking country, left all my friends, my bands behind to support his ass. Now, of course, I have to start this off by saying no hate, no shade to that creator. But I love when I just see real life examples of what I'll be talking about on my podcast, and y'all be in the comments acting like I'm the crazy one. Because when I say stuff like, you're single till you're married, ain't no ring on my finger, I can do whatever I want, y'all be in the comments like, well, how you supposed to be chose to be a wife if you don't act like a wife, while you're dating? That's y'all problems now. Y'all be too busy trying to center your lives around men. You pick up and move across the country, have his kids, wipe his ass, cook his food, clean his house for him, hoping, praying, chosen. Oh, I want to be a wife so bad. Trying to be chose so bad. And then 7 years later, 10 years later, he leave you and you got shit to show for it. Because you was trying so hard to be chose. That's y'all problems now. I'm telling y'all, you're single until you married, act like it. He decided to wait until we've been together 7 years, until I...
Kelly's about to come up here, y'all. Watch this. Watch this. This creator is a divester, though. She don't know that we're getting paid on holidays. Man, bro, listen. Hey, Kelly.
What's up?
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. So what are your initial thoughts? What are your initial thoughts on what you just heard?
I'm over here cracking up because you had me dying with that voice. So when I first watched this, I was like, you know what? She has some points. She has some good points. But once you replayed it over and over again, in my head, I wasn't thinking that she meant absolutely nothing. Like all the things that you were listing, like she not gonna cook, she not gonna spend time with you, she not gonna take you on a date. Like I didn't think she meant it to that extreme. I was in my head, my perception of don't do too much before you're married or before you're a wife means, don't give the whole cow away until you get the ring. Like you gotta make sure you have some thank you, Melanie. You gotta make sure you have some stock in the game before you just start giving out all your shares. Like I think there's a line. When you give a man way too much up front, then he has no incentive to marry you. Also, if you don't give him enough, you don't show him enough of your value to be a wife, then he also has no incentive to marry you. I think there's a sweet middle to find. So I think I agree with you to a certain extent, and I think some of the stuff you said was dragging it a little bit. But yeah, there's a soft middle to find. You can definitely be a girlfriend when you're a girlfriend, and then you can be a wife when you're a wife. You act accordingly to your status, to that person on both sides. So that's how I feel about it.
Are majority of women being told that doing things for a man that they're in a relationship with is wrong nowadays?
I do think, I don't know if it's a majority. I don't like putting numbers on stuff because a lot of the times we push narratives that are more entertaining than they are like valuable. So I don't know if it's majority, but I do know that is one of the big narratives that's being shared. Just live in your softcore era. Don't do too much. Just sit pretty, sit back. Sit pretty, sit back, and don't do too much. So I think that's not the best advice. So when she said you're single until you're married, I don't think I agree with that. Because that's dragging it. Because if you're single, that means you out here dating other people, you're entertaining other men, you're not fully focused on your relationship, you're not, you're not exclusive to your man. Like that would be weird to then want to become a wife when you're not exclusive to your man. So I don't agree with that.
So as a woman,
yeah,
what do you think is going to make a man consider making you a wife if you don't and won't do certain things for him unless you're married? So essentially what I'm asking you is, what incentive is a man going to have to even consider making you a wife if you don't and won't do certain things? Like, why is he supposed to have like this? What is even going to even make him consider having this blind faith that, she's not doing these certain things right now. She's not doing certain things that I was accustomed to growing up, certain things that my mom would do for me. This woman hasn't even made me a sandwich. This woman hasn't even given me a back massage, but I'm gonna have this blind faith that if I make her a wife, she's all of a sudden gonna, start doing certain things. Thank you, Ms. Vaughn.
Right. I understand your question. So in order for me to answer that question, I guess I would need to know in your head or in most guys' head, what are those things, quote unquote things, right? Now, moving across the country, absolutely not. I'm not doing that, especially not without a ring on my finger. That's crazy. Making a meal, that's slight. You could do that. Am I going to create the expectation that every time you come over, there's going to be a meal every single night when you get off work? No, that's something I'll do as a wife. But you're going to have some insight to that I can cook. You're going to have insight that I can clean. You're going to have insight that I can care for children, but I'm not going to be doing it on a regular basis to where you feel like now it's an expectation for you as a boyfriend to get that every single time. Right? So there's levels to shit. Like, you can cook for your boyfriend once a week. Come on, babe, I cooked something. Come eat, or I cooked for you. You know? You can go over, if you can notice he's stressed at work, help him clean his apartment, help him do his laundry. Not every day, not every week. But I can show you that I can do those things, right? It's like a trial plan, like I saw somebody say in the comments. It's you're giving insight. Just like a man, he doesn't have to take you on $300 dates every night. He can do it once or twice a month to show you that he got it like that, but it's not expected that he has to do it all the time. So I think there's levels to stuff, and I think people drag it way too far on either spectrum.
So just to be clear, so essentially you're saying that you're going to do these things enough. He's going to see you doing these things enough to the point that, like you said, he's going to have insight that you are capable of
being a wife, essentially. Yeah, like you're gonna know that I'm wifey type, period. I'm not going to be in my role as a wife because there's a time and a place for that. Now, if, like, for an example, in a previous relationship that I had, the person got a really good job offer where he would have to move far, far away from me, right? We had just started the relationship, blah, blah, blah. As a girlfriend, it was upsetting to know that this person was going to move far away and probably would put a hinder on the relationship, which it eventually did. But because he was not my husband, I gave him, not saying it was my permission, but I'm saying I expressed to him, listen, do what you got to do for you. Like, this is the time to be selfish. You're not a husband. You don't have kids. You got to just support yourself right now. Do what you have to do for you so that you can do what you want to do when it's time to put a ring on somebody's finger. Now, if he was a husband, or he was, you're my fiance and we had kids and we had settled somewhere, then I would be like, you have to take some sort of deference to that first. Figure out that situation first, because you're something more to somebody, right? But when you're single, when you're in a relationship, there's certain things that you can put yourself first for. Like, so when I heard her saying it at first, I thought, okay, that's maybe what she's saying. But I think she dragged it a little bit when she said single until you're married. That's a little bit extra, because I don't think that would be conducive to create a relationship, let alone a marriage.
Do you think most women have expectations of a man that they're in a relationship with?
Do I think? Wait,
say that again? Do you think most women have expectations of a man that they're in a relationship with?
Absolutely.
Okay, so obviously you can't speak for other women. You can't speak for most other women, but for you specifically, what are some expectations that you have of a man that you're going to be in a relationship with?
So I would say some of my expectations, just very basic ones: respect, honesty, transparency. I want to do things with the person I'm going. I don't want to just be like talking every single day. I want to explore life together. I want to be able to envision what life would be like if we were to have a serious relationship. I can be more specific. I would expect him to take me on dates. I would expect him to plan those dates. I would expect him to. Now, I'm not saying you got to take me on a date every single night, because I see how you over there smiling. You thought you was about to eat up with that one. No. But I need to know that you're capable of doing that. You can't just never, ever take me on a date and then I'm supposed to just believe in the fact that you're going to take me on a date when we get serious. No. You need to start off with that energy. I expect you to do sweet nothings for me. I expect you to, care for me when I'm feeling physically sick or I'm feeling mentally down or emotionally down. I expect for you to have, be in touch with my emotions. I expect for you to want to get to know my family and friends. Like, those are basic things. Now, yeah, come pump my gas for me. Yeah, you can take my car wash, but I don't need that. It's not like, oh, if he doesn't do that for me, it's a dub. That's a plus. Like that's a plus. But I think that go ahead.
So my point is that you specifically have expectations of a man that you're going to be in a relationship with, and it's safe to say that majority of other women also have expectations of a man they're going to be in a relationship with, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So fellas, so again, you just heard her. You just heard her. She was speaking for herself. You just heard her just list out all these expectations she
Oh my
has
God.
of a man that she's going to be in a relationship with. These same women that subscribe to the things that the woman in this video said, and the other woman that get on the internet and essentially say that you don't need to do anything for a man. All you need to do is be fit, feminine, and friendly, and look cute. Listen, all of these women have these long list of expectations for you, but these same women don't want to do anything for you in return. So I just want you to be mindful of that. So Kelly,
Mhm.
so these expectations that you have,
Yes.
um, these are expectations of a man that okay, these are expectations that you have of a man that you're in a relationship with, but for if you're
Not
someone that's
talking,
dating,
yes, in a relationship. Because
right,
I just want to make
but
that clear.
if you're a woman that's dating with intentions and you're dating towards marriage,
Right.
you're by your boyfriend fulfilling these expectations, that
Right.
is going to give you the incentive to, like, that is going to make you see him in the light of a husband possibly one day, right?
Yeah, I agree. And he should
Right.
also be able to see his woman in that way too.
Okay, stop there. So if the woman is not doing anything for him, if he has expectations as well, because he's a man and he's a human being, and the woman is not fulfilling those expectations, but not only is she not fulfilling those expectations, she has the mentality that she's not supposed to do anything at all. What incentive does the man have to make her a wife at that point then?
I don't think none. I think it's foolish. And that's why I think a lot of women end up like fake heartbroken and like, oh, he played me. Oh, he what? Like, because y'all are not showing, like, I'm not even trying to sound like a pick me or nothing like that, but I think that's foolish. Like, any position you're trying to get or you're trying to go out for, you have to be able to show the characteristics that you can fulfill the position. Like that's with anything, a job, like political positions, like any type of organizational, like anything if you're trying to create a name for yourself in a status, you have to be able to show people that you can be in that position. So I think that mindset is very foolish. I understand where women are coming from because a lot of the times we do and give too much. I saw somebody in the comments say when a woman really likes you, she'll literally give you her last and do everything, right? That's where this comes from. Like it comes from a place of women giving way too much when the man doesn't deserve it. Hold on, don't let me lose you now. Hold on. It comes from a place. I've seen situations where women will literally give her last, and the man is not even showing her an inkling that he even thinks to see her as a wife. To me, that's crazy, right? Like you'll have women going out buying men designer, da 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 da, trying to show him you should be with me, you should pick me. That's where I thought she was right in the video. Like you should never be begging a man to pick you. No, it should be a mutual exchange of characteristics that are going to be beneficial for the relationship on an equal level playing field. That's how I feel about it. But I
I
don't, I
should
don't
be
think I don't think it's good for a woman to think she should just sit back and be cute because he can go and sit back and be cute with any woman. You need to show him why you're the woman that he should be treating and dining and giving that ring to. It's yeah,
I should be filling your cup as much as you're filling my cup, right?
absolutely. It's just
Okay.
in different ways, right?
Right.
So like it's in different ways. Men, you might have to spend a little bit more money. Women, we could be a little bit more creative and emotional with it. Y'all might have to just do it in ways that require you to spend more money. And I think that's the point men don't like. I mean, tough luck. It is what it is, but yeah.
Okay, so if this woman is filling the man's cup all the way up,
Right.
and the man is damn near not filling the woman's cup up at all, like you said, she's going above and beyond for a man that's not, giving any indication that he has any intentions of making her a wife at all,
Right.
whose fault is that? Who's to take accountability for doing that?
The person that is doing the giving.
Right.
So in the flip situation, it would be the man's fault if he thinks that he can buy a woman. A lot of times men think that they can buy women.
Right.
Right? And you can buy some women, but it's not going to be the woman that you think is going to cook and clean for you. Why would she do that if you're already giving her everything that she probably wants, right? She probably wants a man to take her shopping on the first date and blow a bag and take her on a trip before even like, that's why you got all of these women having all these horror stories. This man flew me out and da 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 da. Yeah, because he bought you. He's not there to get to know you. He's trying to reap the benefits of what he bought. Flip side as well on both ways. So it's like y'all have to know what you're doing. If all you have to offer a woman is money and no substance, then that's what she's going to look to you for. Of course she's going to milk it dry. Who wouldn't milk a man dry if they're just giving out money? Especially if they're not a person of substance. And that's a lot of people out here. Come on now.
Right. But like you said, she in this, if the woman is the one going above and beyond for the man that's not giving the same energy to her, she's to take accountability. And like you said, if it's the other way around, the man is to take accountability. But my next question is, what do you think keeps a woman in a relationship with a man for several years without ever, getting engaged or getting married? And before you answer the question, like I said earlier to the men in here, the same, because nowadays what these women are getting on the internet and saying is that do not be with a man for longer than 24 months without, you guys progressing towards something greater in the relationship. Like I said, fellas, the same women that say that, the same women that subscribe to that thinking, they're going to be with a man for 48 months, 72 months, 96 months, as long as that man is enhancing her lifestyle. So at the end of the day, the woman in this video, the woman that this woman did a stitch of, she wasn't crying because she packed up all of her things and left her job and left her family and left her friends. She was crying because she was not going to be getting the benefits that she was getting being in the relationship with that man anymore. So
I don't think you
but if that's not the case, if I'm wrong, that's why I'm asking her, what is it that's going to keep a woman in a relationship with a man for several years without having a child, without getting engaged, or without getting married?
Desperation and fear, lack of self-respect, lack of self-value. They don't think they're much of a value without the man. They put more respect and value on the man than they do themselves. They put him and his goals and his wants first. And women do that all the time. I'm not saying men don't, but women, I don't know. I've just in my own personal life, I've seen it come a lot more from women. So yes, possibly he could have been some very, high quote unquote high value man making a lot of money and able to move her into a big house and da 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 da. That could be possible. Right? Especially if you've been putting 7 years in, that would be kind of devastating. And you don't have anything going for yourself. You left your job, your family, and everything else to live off of this man. That could be very devastating. Yes. But I think a lot of the time is because they don't put themselves first. They have no identity outside of that relationship because they had nothing to begin with. This was probably a man that bought her in the beginning, right? Like she had nothing going for herself and was like, oh, let me come take care of you. Those are usually those kind of women. So if you don't want to end up in a position like that, this is why you need to be able to do as much as you can in your selfish era. When you're not somebody's wife, you should be putting yourself first. Yes, care about your boyfriend. Do as much as you can for your boyfriend within, certain limitations. But don't lose yourself in a man. Don't lose yourself in a relationship. Don't not go for that job because you're going to spend less time from your boyfriend. Don't not go for that degree because you'd rather just be at home and wait for him to come home from work every night. Right? And that same thing for dudes. Don't limit yourself because you got it. No, if she really fucks with you and she really loves you and wants the best for you, she's going to tell you to go out there and get it so that y'all can have a better future together. That's at least how I see it. So.
Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because that possibly
we agree on a lot of points. We
agree, but there's a caveat though.
What's the caveat?
Okay, do some women is desperation a real thing for some women and some men? Sure. Yeah. But for most women, for majority of women, especially like I said, nowadays, you know, women don't really respect men that are on the same level as them. They like most women want a man that they feel is most women want a man that they feel can do more for them that they can do for themselves. So what would so Kelly, if so majority over 50%.
And wait. No, but before we move on, no. Hold on. You just said, let me just clarify. You just said most women want a man that can do more for them than they can do for themselves, right?
Correct.
I agree. I also think when men say that, they forget that men also want a woman that can do more for them than they can for themselves. Not financially. Hold on. Not financially. Sometimes it is financially. Sometimes y'all don't know how to do y'all laundry. Y'all don't know how to cook. Y'all don't know how to decorate a home. Y'all don't know how to make plans. Y'all don't even know how to pack for a vacation. Y'all don't know how to take care of yourselves when you get sick. Like, there's a lot of things that y'all don't know how to, like, if y'all were to have a kid, whatever, y'all don't know how to do a lot of things with children. Like, sometimes men need women for things that they can't do for themselves. Same thing on the women's side. I think men have a problem about it, though, because it comes down to financial thing. Like, oh, we need y'all want us to take care of you and da. But that thing is on for both sides. That's in both sides. People want somebody to do things with them or for them that they might not be able to do as well for themselves. So you have to give it on both sides.
Okay, that's fair. But answer this question though. Are majority of women, so are over 50% of women going to be in a relationship with a man for 7+ years that is not like overly enhancing their lifestyle, like just, you know, making their lifestyle is so much greater being with this man than it is without being with him? Like, would most women actually be in a relationship with a man for 7+ years, not getting a ring, not getting a baby, if that man was essentially able to do for them what they were able to do for themselves?
I can't say most. I cannot say most, Noble, because we see women that are with literal like bums for their whole life. We literally will see this all the time. A woman is literally taking care of the household, taking care of their kids. They not married. The man can barely keep a job. He don't got no education. And the woman is trying to like make him into a better man. And they will stick around just because of the time invested. I think a lot of women care about time invested. Like, I think sometimes men don't really consider that because they don't have like this biological clock that women have, right? Like, we don't want to put 7 years into a person and then just give up. Like most women, not me, because I'll give up for sure. For me, no. So somebody says she's dating Pookie. No, love, you got it all wrong. You got it all wrong, babes. I'm not speaking on me at all when I was listing those characteristics. What I was listing was the reasons why men want women in their life who behave like a wife, quote unquote. That's what I was talking about. Anyway, right, she doesn't know me. Anyway, so yeah, I think, yes, you could be right. She probably was with him for the come up. I'm not saying you're wrong about that. There's not enough context, though, to know, but I think there's multiple reasons why women stay for that long without a ring, which is why there's this new wave of like, if I don't get a ring within a year, within 2 years, I'm out. Which I thought you dragged that a little bit too. You do got to put time restraints on everything. You do have to put some time restraints on stuff.
Okay, let's talk about the time. Let's talk about the time restraints real quick then. Again, like, you and I are the same age. So if someone is really grown and someone like has good communication skills, like a man or a woman. So if you and I were to get into a relationship, right? Or we're progressing towards being in a relationship with each other. If Kelly has the mindset that like within the next 2 to 3 years she wants to be either engaged or married,
yeah,
Kelly should fix her lips to tell Noble or whatever man that, hey, I'm not just dating like for fun. I know we're young, but I'm not just dating for fun. Like, I'm really dating with intention. Like, I really want to at least be engaged, like, you know, within the next 24 to 30 months. I want to be married within the next, I don't know, 36 to 40 months. She should be able to fix her lips and communicate those things. If she's not going to fix her lips and communicate those things to the man and vice versa, when things don't work out, don't say that, oh, this person.
And vice versa.
Oh, Kelly, you getting an echo. Drop and come back. Don't, okay, you're good. Don't, and I'm not talking about you specific, but to these women, don't say that somebody wasted your time. Don't say that somebody played with you and this, that, and the third, because that's what a lot of these women like to do. They don't communicate with the man that, you know, they want to progress towards a certain level of the relationship within a specific time period. But then, you know, when the relationship is over, when he leaves her, now it's all of a sudden, man, this man wasted my time. He was playing with me the whole time. Like, no, he wasn't. He just didn't want to be with you anymore. It's no different. It's no different than when people are married and for years and women wake up one day and they don't want to be in a relationship with a man anymore and they file for divorce. So women don't have a problem. Women don't have a problem with that. Women don't say like, oh, you was in a relationship with this man all this time. Right. Why you just want to just up and leave him all of a sudden? But when a man does it, it's like, oh my God, it's like, why you waste this girl's time? She's in her childbearing years. You ain't give her a ring. You ain't give her a baby. Now she got to go back into the dating market. Like, what?
So let me ask you a question as a man. If you met the girl of your dreams, the one that you could imagine yourself marrying and procreating with, right? How long is it going to take you to, let's say everything goes swell, without all the details, everything goes swell and marriage is definitely possible, right? Financially, emotionally, all of that stuff. It's great. It's in a great spot. How long would it take you to then propose to that girl?
Listen.
I'm
answering your question.
You can give me a range, right? You can give me a 2 to 3 number range. If it even is that long. How long would it take you?
Can I tell you why? Let me just tell you why it's hard.
But just give me the number though, and that you could explain. Like, give me the number. Because you're what? We're the same. What age are you? You're under 30, right? Late.
I'm 26.
Okay, great.
But
how long? I just want to know. Why are you laughing? I just want to know.
Okay, let me say this really quick before I answer your question.
Oh my God. Okay.
Listen, I'm not getting married. Listen to me. I'm not getting married or having kids before I turn 30. I'm not.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So let's say you're 30. Let's fast forward 4 years from now. You're 30. You're in the prime of your career. Your finances are not that big of a worry for you. You know, you're in the state you want to live in. You met the girl of your dreams. She's good. You could see everything. You could see the future, right? You could see y'all laying on the beach and chilling out and enjoying life. How long is it going to take you? The girl of your dreams. Remember, it's the girl of your dreams, right? So how long is it going to take you to propose to her?
Probably 2 to 3 years.
Because you saw him say 2 years? Okay.
No, listen.
2 to 3 years.
No, listen. Let me explain.
That's fair. That's fair, though. That's fair.
Let me explain. First of all, like I said, I'm not getting married or sorry, funny. I'm not getting married or having kids before I turn 30. Like yourself, I'm a very young and accomplished, successful man right now. I have a career. I have things going on for myself. I've been able to do a lot of things that a lot of people our age have not been able to do yet, thank God. Like traveling and stuff like that. I've been able to have a lot of fun. But I'm not in any rush to like get married. I'm not in any rush to have kids. Like, you know, there's still a lot of things I want to accomplish. There's still a lot of things I want to do. And I'm not about to like, cause listen, I'm fully aware that like once you have kids, your life is not about you anymore. Your life is like fully about
your life
kids.
changes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I don't wanna dedicate like my time and my life to another person right now. And even for me to be in a committed relationship with like a woman right now, she gotta be like on the same speed as me. Like she gotta be very ambitious. She gotta have stuff going on. Like she gotta like be like out here trying to like, you know, go above and beyond and, you know, thrive and accomplish more, just like myself. I can't be with a girl right now that like wants all of my time. She wants somebody to be talking to her all day, every day. She want to be doing X, Y, and Z. Like, I just can't get down with that right now. But to answer your question, even when I do get to that point where I start thinking like, okay, maybe I want to like settle down and like really like be with one person and start like trying to like work towards getting married. I'm not doing the whole like, you know, getting engaged to somebody quick thing. Like, people, you hear about men and women, how people switch up all the time. You hear people talk about that whole bait and switch thing. I'm gonna really get to know somebody in and out, through and through. I'm gonna see them at their highest times. I'm gonna see them at their lowest times. Like, we're gonna do a lot of things together before we get to that point.
You could definitely do that in 2 years, right? Like, you can definitely get a good gauge, right? So that's why I said that was fair. That was fair. So you said that right now, where you're at in life, you probably are not ready to get into a committed relationship, or let alone be married, right? So like I said,
wait, really quick. So because people be taking this wrong. I'm not saying that I'm just totally avoiding being in a committed relationship with someone, but it's not something that I'm actively pursuing either. Like, when it happens, it's going like happen organically, and like, you know, God just gonna put that together. But I'm not actively trying.
So that's perfect segue for my next question.
I could be in a committed relationship today if I wanted to.
Right.
But I don't.
But it's not the girl.
So
the thing is, it's not the girl of your dreams though, right? So if you met the girl of your, so that mindset that you have, right? Like, it happens if it happens, but I'm not looking. If you met the perfect girl for you, right? The girl that you couldn't even imagine her being with another man, it would literally just break your entire soul, right? That girl gonna change that mindset. You're not gonna look at her and fix your lips to tell her you're not in the space to be in a committed relationship. Is that wrong or right?
I think that's mostly right.
So that's mostly right. So how can you then say like a person shouldn't, if that girl came to you and said, well, she's your perfect girl, well, babe, like, I want to be engaged within the next year, 2 years. Like, I'm dating for seriousness. If that's nothing if that's not what you're looking for, then okay, cool. We could, we don't have to do this. What are you going to do?
Listen, Kelly, I'm gonna be honest with you.
You would let her walk out of your life? Or you would get into motion. You would get into place. So I think people say things like that is because they haven't found that person yet. So you can say, oh, 7 years is not that long, or oh, da 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 da. Like, no, if the person came around for you, you're going to act right, period, on both sides.
Kelly, listen.
Noble.
Listen.
Noble.
My man Mello said it best in the comments. If she's rushing you, Noble, that's no longer the woman of your dreams.
It's not about rushing you, though. It's her timeline.
Kelly, it is.
Everybody has their timeline, though. Everybody has their timeline. Like,
okay, listen. Let's talk. Let me tell you something.
You can't meet a woman at 32 years old and tell her, "Oh, you're not ready to get married."
Let me tell you something. As a woman, I don't think women our age or women in general should be putting timelines and like shot clocks on people, because listen to me, wouldn't you want a man to like propose to you because he genuinely wanted to propose to you, because he genuinely wanted to like genuinely wanted to make you his wife one day? Not because bro, why would you want to be in a relationship with a man to where every 3 months he looking down at his wrist and he looking at the clock like he looking at the clock like, oh, she told me that I got this much time. So now when that time comes, he's really making that decision because you allotted him that amount of time to make that decision. Not because that's what he genuinely wanted to do. Let him genuinely want to do that. Now listen.
But guess what? But hold on, no.
I'm gonna land on this. Listen, as a woman, if you know that within 24 months you want the relationship to be progressing towards a certain, stage, if at 22 months, 23 months, when that 24-month mark is coming up and he hasn't expressed certain sentiments to you, right, I think now as a woman, you should take the initiative to tell him, hey, I don't know what you got going on, but you know, we've been doing this for X amount of time now, and I just want to know where your head is at because you know, I eventually do want to be in da 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 da. Now, at that point in time, after 22, 23 months, you don't really have to waste no time with him anymore. Because like you said, based off of that 22, 23 months, he should have an idea of who you are now and if he wants to
Absolutely.
continue this any further.
So the difference between that is instead of just stating the exact time, it's more just like alluding to, well, this would be the time when I should know whether or not this is going to progress. Is that pretty much what you're saying the difference is? Instead of her saying, okay, well, you got 2 years to marry me, as opposed to, you know, I'm dating to marry. My goals is that by the time I'm, you know, 31, 32, the relationship that I'm in is going to progress to something more serious. And then once that time comes and you don't see anything progressing, then it's respectable to bring it up again. Because I think either way it's pressure, right? I think either way it's pressure. I necessarily wouldn't go ahead and just put the flat out number. But in the beginning, when I'm dating somebody, I'm gonna let them know what my intentions are, what my goals are. I don't need to bring it up anytime after that.
Right. But
Because I
look,
know a man who really sees me, he's gonna jump. He's probably gonna even want to get that done quicker than I do.
exactly. So you don't need to put a time on it. So at the end of the day, as a woman, just let him know what your intentions are. But don't put no damn
So you mean like don't be like,
stopwatch
oh,
on
it's
it.
3 months. You got 2 more months left. Like that's what you're saying. Like don't put literally a clock on his neck, like where he's battling against the
I'm
clock.
saying this. Look. So look, you and I are talking, right? And I expressed to you that I want to be in a relationship with you. You say, okay, if you want to be in a relationship with me, I just want you to know that despite us being young, despite us being the age and at the
Hmm.
stage in life that we're at, that I'm not just, you know, dating for a fling. I'm not just gonna be in a relationship just for the sake of being in one. I am dating with intention, and I do want to be engaged, and I do want to eventually get married. Just leave it there. Now, like I said, listen, listen, listen,
Wait, was
listen,
there any time factors in that?
listen
Because
to me. Listen to me.
eventually is not a good word.
No,
I
no,
just want to
listen.
say that.
Okay. Maybe not eventually. Don't say it that
Eventually
way.
could really mean
Okay.
10 years.
Just
Like that's
say,
not a good
just
word.
say, just say that, you know, you say very, you know, respectfully, very, very bold and very stern. I do have intentions on, you know, getting engaged and being married. Cause listen, someone like me, I'm not speaking for all men, Kelly. Like some men, you can tell them, you can be honest and upfront with them on what your intentions are, and they're still gonna try to dog you out. They still gonna lie to you
Absolutely.
and waste your
I agree.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I'm not someone that's going to do that. Like I said, I'm not. I've been very vocal. I'm not getting married or having kids before 30. So any woman that's in our age demographic that wants to do that, if she doesn't know that that's the type of time that I'm on,
What about engaged? Because you could be. No, I'm just saying you could be engaged for a year. You can get married after 30. You can be engaged for,
okay,
you know,
listen,
like
let's talk with the whole
there's
engagement
different
thing.
timelines. But I also don't think if I wouldn't, you
Listen,
know,
these girls nowadays, they not wanting, they're not like, you know, some people be engaged for years and don't even end up getting married. I know a girl that was engaged for 4 years and didn't even end up getting married.
yes,
Nowadays, these girls are talking about like as soon as we get engaged, they're starting to plan for the wedding. They're not going to be engaged for a year or 2 years or 3 years. Like, no,
yeah, that's
like
a
when
little.
they're getting engaged, they're like trying to get married like soon thereafter. So I don't really know. I don't really know if that's the thing. But all I'm saying is, for me personally, if a girl tells me that, you know, hey, I'm dating with intention. I do want to be engaged. I do want to be married, especially
Mhm.
if she's within our age demographic. Me personally, I'm just going to assume that she's talking about within the next 2 to 3 years.
That's
And
fair. I
right,
think that's
so
very fair.
guess
Now,
what I'm going to do?
a woman who's like 45, I'm not 45, but I can assume that they probably would have a different mindset on that, right? Like, because there's probably less time to waste. But a woman who's 37, like, and they don't have kids yet and they want kids, they might have a different clock on them. But I think at our age, 26 to 32, that's a good time frame to date somebody, get to know them and their family. Because it's not just about them, right? You need to know their whole entire life before you make a purchase like a ring and the woman agree to literally become somebody's wife. Like those are not just little things that you should, oh, we like each other, let's get married. Like, no. I know people do that. They get married within the first month and things like that, crazy stuff. But I think that's fair. Do you think 7 years to string a person along though is fair? And not marry them and then just pick up and leave when you probably, maybe he didn't say, I'm going to marry you, but he probably alluded to it. He probably said, oh, just wait. Right now is not the right time, but it's going to happen. Or, just stick it out with me and we'll figure it out. That's crazy.
You know what I think is fair? I think whatever a man or woman tolerates and subjects themselves to, that's what I think is fair. So if you and I got into a relationship, and at our age, you knew that you wanted to be married by 29, and you knew that you wanted to be done having kids by 32, but you let us get all the way to 32 without me getting married to you, without me putting a baby inside of you. If you subjected yourself to that and accepted that and tolerated that, that's fair. If I know that I wanted to be married by a certain age and I wanted to have X amount of kids by a certain age, and I let us get to whatever age without you doing that for me, that's fair. Because I tolerated that, and I subjected myself to that. And as an adult, I need to take accountability and accept that I put myself through that. So that's what I think is fair. Now I want to speak on really quick that whole, like you said, the women at different age demographics having less time. That's really why they be trying to push. That's why older women be trying to put shot clocks on men, Kelly. Because you said.
That has a lot to do with it, for sure.
Right. So, but
a lot to do with it.
Why are women our age? Why are you trying to put a shot clock on a man? Like, why are you trying to be married? Why are you trying to be married young so bad? Why are you trying to be married so young?
Because they don't want to be the woman who dates the guy for 6-7 years as just a girlfriend, and then nothing ever becomes of it. That's a lot of at that damn near you attached a part of your chunk of your life, a chunk of your youth to that person. So for me, I'm not dating nobody who's not talking about marriage from jump. I'm not saying you got to be talking about marriage with me, but you need to be talking about marriage in general, right? Because I know by the time I'm 30, I know that that's where I want my life to lead, into marriage, the family, the kids, and all of that, stability. So if a man is not talking about that, that should be a red flag. You shouldn't try to pressure him into it. You should just move accordingly. That's not the guy for you. If you want the guy that's just out here dating and we'll see where it goes, let's just live our life young and da-da-da-da-da, if that's the guy you want to date, then you should know. I'm not saying that's you. I'm just saying, then you should know that that's the guy you're dating. And if things don't end up in marriage, then you can't be mad later. You decided to date him and think that you could change his mind. That's a whole different thing. If I'm dating at 26, I want to meet a guy who's talking about marriage, point blank, period. Who wants that, who sees that for himself. And at a certain point, I want to know that you could see that in me. Not tomorrow, maybe not next year. Oh, no. Probably by 3-4 months, I would want you to at least allude to me that you could see me in that position. Because I don't think it takes a man that long. You're going to know if she's wifey type or not quickly.
You going to know if she's wifey type or not.
You got to buy the ring in 3 months, but he's going to express that, I would believe, that he can imagine you being his wife, imagine you having his kids, imagine you being his life partner. He's going to know that. It's not going to take him 2-3 years for that.
Okay, listen though. I say this all the time. To the women that are in our age demographic, that want to be married so bad right now, and that want to start having a family, start having kids right now, they want to do it with men in our age demographic. And in all reality, majority of men in our age demographic are not trying to be married right now, and really are not even fit to be married.
I agree.
So what I tell women in our age demographic is, if you really want to be married so bad right now and start a family right now, you need to be looking to date older men. You need to be looking to date men that are at the very least in their early 30s, but you
Probably
should
like
even be
35.
entertaining men in their mid 30s as well, because those men should be in a much better financial position than people in our age demographic, because
I agree.
we're just starting our careers. We're building our
Yeah.
financial foundations.
Yeah.
We're saving money.
Yeah.
We're working towards getting our first home. We're just starting our investments and looking to obtain certain assets and things of that nature. Why in the world would you want to? Why in the world? And y'all, and that's another thing. Black women are not talking about building with men. You don't want to be with no. You don't want to be with no man that you have to build with. So you're gonna have to build with most men that are in our age demographic.
Yeah,
So
I think that's dangerous. I
date the
think that's
older
dangerous
man.
if
Date
you-
the man that's
yeah,
already
yeah.
fit for marriage. Date the
Yeah.
man that's at a certain place financially. He probably got a crib already. That if he's not, thank you for the microphones, Demarcus. That date the man that already got the if he hasn't paid his house off already, he's close to paying it off, or he's working towards it. Date a man that's fit for marriage. Because what happens, Kelly, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you respond. What happens a lot is these women in our age demographic, they'll get married to a man in our age demographic, have babies with him, and then 3-4 years down the line, when things don't work out because this man really wasn't fit to be married in the first place, they get a divorce, and now this woman is like 29, 30, 31. She's a single mother of 2-3 kids, and now she's trying to go back into the dating market, and that's just, it's not going to work out well for her. So
I agree.
either be that career woman in your mid to late 20s and start looking to build a family in your early 30s, or if you want to have a family so bad right now, go get with an older man. That's because those older men, they are more than open to dating and marrying younger women. But y'all don't want to deal with those older men because you don't find them attractive. They're boring, because the stuff that you want to do in your mid-20s, you want to be outside taking girls trips and doing this, that, and the third. You want to be going with Noble here, there, and yonder. They already done that already, so they don't want to do that anymore. They might just want to go to a dinner every now and then and chill. So they're boring to y'all, and they're not that attractive to y'all. But those are the men that have stuff that
And
y'all
those
say that you
those are
want.
also the men that are not gonna like play any of that bullshit. Like you're gonna have to come as an already made wife, right? Like wife in a box, already programmed to do what? Like they're not gonna really tolerate like teaching you how to be a wife. Which is why, to me, I don't know why like women my age, if they're building right now, I don't see why you would want to be married right now at 26, 27, 25. Like to me, that would be crazy. Right? I think women that are like that are probably the women that are like feeding to date, like, you know, these rich basketball players, rappers, and like men that they think already have all this money and that's going to take care of them. They probably don't really have much of themselves, because at this age, if you're a woman and you're doing, you know, you doing the damn thing for yourself, I don't see why you would want to do anything more than just date, you know, just date seriously, maybe find a boyfriend that you could see yourself with, but getting married and having kids right now as a rush, I don't see what would be the purpose in that. So
I'm not
yeah, so men
I'm
that
not
are
doing
running
it,
into
Kelly.
women like that, I would probably say, yeah, she's probably looking for somebody to make her life for her,
Yeah,
as opposed to, like
and
you
that's
said,
why I'm
building with
I'm
somebody.
not doing that.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't even have to do that. Like I'm in my soft boy era. I'm out here thriving. So like I'm not going to do that. Thank you, supervillain. So that's why when we talk about the whole time thing, there's not any girl that can come to me and say, I want to be in this position by, who are you talking to?
See, but I don't think it
Who are
has
you
to come
talking
off.
to?
But no, but I
Just
don't
tell
think it
me,
has to
just
come
tell
off
me.
like that. And I'm gonna hop off soon, but I don't think it has to come off like, well, if you want to talk to me, you need to know that I'm gonna be married by 30 years. Like, it doesn't have to always come off like that when somebody is sharing to you what their projected timeline is. And I say projected because life is gonna come at you crazy. You don't really know. Right? Like we could be saying we want to be married by 30 and we don't get married till we're 37. Like we don't know. Or we could say we don't be married till 30 and we find the love of our life and married by 28. You really don't know. But there's ways in expressing your wants and your boundaries and your expectations for your life without it coming off offensive. to somebody who shares those like-minded things, right? Like you might find someone, you're thinking 4 or 5 years, they're thinking like 3 years. You can find a middle in that, right? Like they wait a little bit longer and you don't wait as long. Like it's about finding somebody who's like-minded. I don't think it always has to come off like, well, who are you talking to? Like it's an expectation. It's a boundary.
But Kelly, they don't even have to. It doesn't even have to come off a certain way. That's indirectly the energy that man or woman is giving off. Like for example, if I said, Kelly, listen, I know you just graduated law school. You know, you about to take the bar here. You about to be starting at your firm this fall. But I want to be in a relationship with you. And just so you know, I want you to, I want a baby by like next December. So like, is that something that you're, won't you look at me crazy if I told you like,
I would be like, absolutely not.
Okay. So
that's crazy. At 20,
don't tell me that you got a 24 month. Don't tell me that you got a 24 month, whatever. Like, who are you talking to?
Okay. So it just needs to come off a little. Okay, I get what you're saying. I don't think the word eventually is gonna work. I think you do need some sort of time measurement. It doesn't have to be like 24 months. It doesn't have to be like, I need to know if you love me by 3 months. No, I think as you go through situations, you kind of talk and you figure it out. But you do need to set strict boundaries because people will play with you and they'll play with your time. Absolutely, they will. And we see that time and time again. Women do it and men do it. So
what would you say? What do you think is an appropriate way for a woman that, I don't know, she wants to be married in 36 months?
36 months is so weird.
She wants to be married in at least 36 months, and she wants to start having kids within the next 48 to 54 months. If she was talking to a guy right now, what do you think is an appropriate way for her to communicate that to that man?
I think it's weird to put a specific timeline on a person that you don't know that much yet. Like, you can have different types of chemistries and connections with people. Sometimes it takes longer to develop. Sometimes it can happen overnight. So I don't know if I want to be married in 36 months to you, but I can know that I want to be married in a year to somebody else, right? Like it all depends. But I think the best way to do it is when you're having those, those first date, second date, third date conversations, and what are your intentions? What do you want? That's when I would deliver that. I'm starting my new job. I feel like I'm getting into a position where I'm financially stable. I have I have my place. I have my job. I have my career. I have other things in my life that I want. The next thing that I'm looking for is a relationship. I'm looking for marriage. I'm looking for that type of family structure. And I think I would be, interested in having that in the next 2 to 3 years. I'm interested in having that in the next year and a half. If I meet somebody that I really enjoy dating, I like you. I feel like we would make a good, couple. And you kind of like smooth it in there like that.
See, like that is an appropriate way to go about it.
Through. It's not like, oh, well.
If a girl told me that, I'll be like, got you.
Right? Because then it lets you know you only have a certain amount of time to really like figure out what you want with this woman, right? Like she's not just here for you to play around with her time.
Exactly. I'm gonna inherently know that, but don't tell me, I'm looking to do this like within 24 months. So just so you know, no.
I think when people do that, they're willing to get married to anybody who will take them as a wife.
Those people are desperate.
I don't want that. Yeah. They're just looking for a man to fill the role of a husband, not necessarily looking for that specific man to be their husband. So yeah, you gotta have discernment with shit like that.
Yeah, let me play this for you. I want to hear what you have to say about this because I saw this earlier today. Listen to this.
Right, we good.
But it is a stereotype that all ball players cheat, though.
For sure, though.
Yeah, that's true.
For sure, though. But that's what I'm saying. But what the world has to understand is all men, we supposed to go do whatever we supposed to do until a woman comes and changes that.
That's a fact.
Right. We good.
But it is a stereotype that all ball players cheat, though.
For sure, though.
Yeah, that's true.
For sure, though. But that's what I'm saying. But what the world has to understand is all men, we supposed to go do whatever we supposed to do until a woman comes and changes that.
That's a fact.
Like, stop acting like girls want a dude that never got a girl.
That too.
Nobody wants. Nobody wants.
Ain't want him. You feel me?
You see what I'm saying? Nobody. you know we good.
But
You
it
know,
is
I
a
got
stereotype that all ball players cheat.
So that was
Is pre-selection a real thing, Kelly?
Tiana and Iman at the Breakfast
Yes.
Club. Yeah. I agree with everything he said.
Thank you.
I agree. Nobody wants somebody who nobody wants. What the fuck? That's weird. Like, no. And I also think that the first point he made about a woman's supposed to come along and change your whole, I'm free, I'm out here living with no responsibilities, that's exactly what I was saying to you. When that right woman comes along, all that you was talking about, that will change, I think. For most men, a real man who can literally imagine another man having her or having the opportunity to have her, you're not even going to be thinking about what you're
not gonna play around
ready
with it.
for. You're going to get ready, right? Like,
Right.
you're going to get ready for her. You're going to make sure your shit is in order because you feel that way about her to that extent. Like, nobody else can have her. I'm not about to just let her. No man lets a woman out of his sight that he wants back.
Right.
That's crazy. Which is why they always say the one that got away.
Right.
Like you're not gonna just, oh well, you can go out there and date. Hopefully, I'm ready by the time I'll let you know. Like, no, you're not doing that for a girl that you see your life with, that you're crazy about. Hell no. So yeah, I agree everything he said.
Well, why does some woman try to cap and make it seem like pre-selection isn't a real thing, and that women, like majority of women, don't really be wanting like men that they know a lot of other women want, or like men that got notoriety, men that got status. There's some women that like, no, I don't want a man. They be trying. There's some women that be like, I don't want a man that like all the other girls want and stuff like that.
So I think it's how you look at it, right? Like, when I say that I want a man that other people will want, it doesn't necessarily have to be about their status or their notoriety. They could be the shy, they could be the quiet kid. They could be, the chill back, like, for me. But you're going to look good, right? Like, you got to have something about you that other people will want. Like, I don't want somebody who's hideous, bad personality, nothing going for themselves, like a bum. I don't want that. It doesn't have to be the woman that everybody thinks is the good guy, because I think when women say that, it's like, I don't want the basketball player that everybody wants. Why would I want to live a life where I'm literally chasing my husband down? That's crazy. No, I want a guy that has good characteristics that a smart woman, a woman of substance, would know is a good catch. That's what I say. I would want a man that other women would want. If it's a good woman, she's going to probably see the characteristics that I see in him.
We not being honest at all, bro.
That's honest.
Kelly,
how is that not honest? I don't want that.
Kelly, answer this question for me. Answer this question for me. So
I already know that you're about to take this.
Look.
I already know you're about to take this.
At a big public Division I school, right? They got a basketball team and they got a football team. So you got this average girl that she stay in the female dorms, right? So most of these, so there's two guys, okay? We're gonna start with guy A. Guy A he's just the average student. He stay in the dorms. He go to class. He go to the caf to eat. He goes to the rec center to go work out and play basketball or whatever. And he goes to parties, campus parties on the weekend. And then you got guy B. Guy B is the football player. He's the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver on the football team, or he the point guard on the basketball team. These guys, no, listen to me. These guys are nowhere near the other students, because at these big universities, they got like their own little like dormitory. They got like their own little apartments for these guys.
Yeah,
so
they got the basketball house, the football house.
Yeah, right. So these guys are not even around the normal students most of the time. So the girl, she has more access to guy A. She's more prone to bump into guy A. The only time she really ever sees guy B is when he's on the field at the game, or when he's on the court at the game. She don't really see him at campus parties because he got a lot of stuff going on, being that he's a college athlete. But which guy do most of the girls on campus want? Do they want guy B or do they want guy A? Even though, remember, they have more access to guy A. They can bump into guy A at the caf. They can bump into guy A at the rec center. They don't ever bump into guy B. They only see guy B when he's on the field or on the court. But which guy do most women want more?
Most
Which
women want.
okay, well, two questions.
I'm gonna tell you, yeah.
Two questions. Which guy do they want more, and which guy attracts more women, and why?
Guy B, clearly.
Why does
obviously.
guy B attract more women?
Because it's the guy that everybody else wants. It's the guy that's hard to get. It's the guy that, you know, he's the token guy. He's the guy that everybody, he's the popular guy. He's popular with the guys and he's popular with the girls. Like, he's the guy that's not treating girls right. And he's the guy that girls think in their head that they can change and make him settle down. So, yeah.
He got the status, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he attracts more women, but which guy do they want more?
They want that guy more.
Oh.
But a lot of the times, these are the same girls that will fight a girl over a guy. When I gave my answer, I talked about it from a woman who knows what she wants, right? So at that age in college, all you want is some attention from a guy, right? Like you want to have the exclusivity. You want to be able to show off to all the other women. Yeah, I got him. You can't get him, right? They're not thinking about sustainability. They're not thinking about a long-term relationship. They hope they can get that, but that's not priority. When you have to think about those kind of things, I'm not even going to put myself in that kind of race. Like, if it comes to me, cool, and it works out, boom. I'm not going to say I don't want him just because he has status. What I'm saying is I'm not fiending for that. I would much rather make a connection, a genuine connection with like his manager or like his other buddy that's in the books all the time that nobody's really looking at, because he's probably a really great guy. He's not egotistical because he has every girl throwing punani at him. He doesn't feel like he has all these options. He could go and da 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 da. Like, no, like I think that these women who date rappers and athletes, they know what they're signing up for. People keep questioning, oh, why do all these women keep having having babies with? They know what they're signing up for. You have to know what you're signing up for. You're signing up to be cheated on, to be lied to be left at home, to be paid to sit at home and be pretty as a trophy wife. You get the benefits to say, I got the ring or I got the baby, but you know you're not going to have what other women would consider a sustainable, loving, honest, exclusive marriage or relationship. That's what I want. So if the status guy can give it to me, cool. But I'm not going to just be with him because of that. That's crazy.
So if majority of women know that that's what comes with guy B, why do they still want guy B more?
Because they want the benefits. I guess they think they can change him. They think like it's gonna be cute to say that they got him and then cry about it later. It's the same reason why women go back to like I don't want to call them deadbeats, but like raggedy ass boyfriends all the time. Stigmatized. They can't get away from him. They don't see any value past him. They put these men on a pedestal. Like I used to always say that when cute guys used to like try to play that whole I'm cool, like if you want to come with me you can, like. Yeah, you're cute, but I'm cute too, Papa. Like I'm cute too. Feel me? Like I pull too. Like I don't need a man that's competing with me about who can get more attention, who can pull. But like nah. And I think women they like that toxic shit. They like feeling like they can fight and I want to be with him, and they want to fight all these other women. Why would you be fighting with other women over a nigga that you know is out here with other women? To me, that's crazy. That's psychotic. Like I'm not doing that. And I think it has. Yeah, I don't. So yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get an understanding of. So you know this man has an abundance of options when it comes to women. You know that this man is exercising those options. But right. This is the man that you want so bad, instead of this man that like really wants to like make you his girlfriend and like really like make you the one in his life. I'm trying to understand it.
It makes no sense because they don't really want a relate. They don't want that shit. They just want the money and they want the status. They want to be able to sit next to him and say, yeah, look what I got off my looks. Look what I got off my fat ass. Like this is the prize that I got. He don't love you though. He dogging you out. He out here giving you diseases and all other types of shit. Like, but it's cool. It's all right because he's who he is. No, have some value in yourself, Have some more self-respect. Have some more belief that you're worth more than that, and you probably will get it all. You can get the guy with status who, maybe he's not super popular, but he's respected in his field. He's respected amongst his family. He's respected amongst his friends. His friends look up to him. Like he has bigger goals than just captivating all these girls. Like, I don't want a man who wants to stick his in everybody. That's not what I want. But some women, they chase that because they want to be, they want to be the prize. So I think it all depends back again to who you're talking to, which women you're.
It definitely depends on, like you said, the woman you're talking to. But do you think a lot of like men have been reduced to their wallet nowadays? Do you think a lot of women actually see men as like people and human beings these days, or are men more so? Do they just like see you for like your career and try to like estimate how much money you make, and that's how they're gonna determine how much respect they have for you?
Yes, and I think it's on the other side as well. I think it's both. I think men have always been looking at women as like sexual objects, and now women are really getting into themselves and be like, well, shoot, if he's gonna ask for my body, I'm gonna ask for his money.
Which is fair.
If that's a requirement for me to go out on a date with you, you feel like you're gonna have to have sex at the end, then you need to make sure that you're dropping that bag on me. You need to drop a bag before we even meet in person. Like, I'm not even gonna see you unless you dropping that bag, unless you sending me, money to go on a date with me. So I think it's vice versa, and I think the whole like hookup culture and all that stuff is just fueling into it. I don't entertain that. That's weird. Yeah, you gonna have to drop a bag on me, but that can come because I don't even know if I want your money. I don't even know if I want to be in debt with you in that way, right? Like, women got to be careful. Stop taking all these money and gifts and trips from men you do not know, and then you come on TikTok and Instagram crying, oh, look what he did to me. He didn't buy me. He canceled my flight back home. He kicked me out. He didn't feed me. He don't know you, and you don't know him. You're in debt to him for your body. Like, you need to understand what you're doing. And then if all you have to give a woman is money, you don't have nothing else to offer her, then understand you're going to be used.
Right.
She's going to keep coming back to the money source. If all I got to do is sit here and look cute and send you a couple, hey, what you doing texts, and you going to send me money, you think I'm going to not do that?
Right.
And still go and date niggas that I actually like? Come on now.
No, you 100% right about everything you're saying.
That's like it.
And I always tell girls, listen.
Oh, thank you.
No, she keep it 100. No, she keep it 100. No, I tell women, listen, if a man is a sucker, you need to lick him. I tell women that if a man is a sucker, you need to lick him. Because the way this is going to get better for men and women, when women stop, giving up their body for nothing, less men are going to like, the reason that a man will just meet a woman and already be trying to get in her pants is because there's a lot of women that require nothing to get in their pants nowadays. So he's going to try you and see if you're that type of woman as well. And fellas, the same reason that a lot of women might ask you for money or indirectly ask you for money is because it's a lot of suckers, it's a lot of losers out here that's can't get a girl to genuinely like them out here trying to buy a girl. So that's why all this stuff is happening. The more men that get used and get their pockets taken advantage of, thank you, Steph, the better it's gonna be for everybody, man. So she's spot on.
Yeah, when people act confused about these things, I'm just like, it'd be the same people that's like feeding into that shit that be complaining about it. Like, you can't be a female that uses men for money and then turn around and cry and say, yeah, men don't care about me. They just want to use me. Yeah.
Someone said, I agree that rich men are getting taken advantage of. There's a bunch of men out here. Listen, sis, not because, listen, I always said this, okay?
Rich men are getting taken advantage of.
Right, listen, a man having quote unquote money, whatever that means to a girl, that has no correlation to like his ability to like get girls. Okay, there's a lot of men out here. I always say this. There's a lot of men out here that they never had any motion with girls all their life. Okay, they didn't have a girlfriend in elementary school, middle school. They didn't go to homecoming. They didn't go to prom. They didn't get any cheeks in college. And when they finally got out of school and they got them a little money now, thank you, Tub. Now all of a sudden they think that they should be getting girls, but they don't even have those social skills. They don't have any skills when it comes to talking to girls at all. There's a bunch of men
Red
out
pill
here
men.
that's making good money that don't get any girls at all.
Return of the Nerds.
Exactly. Revenge of the Nerds.
Like
Exactly.
we talked about.
We just talked about this the other day.
Which is why they're the maddest people, because all they have is money to offer. They don't have anything else. They don't know how to raise a girl up. They don't know how to, honestly, this is the last thing I'm gonna go because I have to go. Somebody keep calling me. I gotta answer. If you have to pay a woman to take her drawers off, that's where you fucked up already. That's all I'll say. Like you already not that nigga for her.
Facts.
So if that's your whole argument, nobody wants to mess with a dude if he's not dropping. No, she don't wanna you.
Facts.
And you have to drop a bag, right? Facts. So and vice versa for the ladies. Like if you feel like a nigga don't want to mess with you unless you're giving him your body, he don't probably see much in you other than that, like right? And we've all been there. I'm not to say, you feel me? Every woman has been in that situation where they, you feel me? A woman, a man played with her mind and made her think that it was something more than it wasn't, and whatever. But you should learn from those mistakes, and you should be able to start seeing the signs. So, yeah, y'all gotta come on, stop acting crazy now.
Right.
Yes, if you're a girlfriend, be a girlfriend. Do girlfriend duties. Don't give him your entire life, but do things to show him that, you know, you care about him and you love him. You're willing to reciprocate. Take him on dates. Buy him some gifts. You feel me? Like, it's simple shit. Like, I don't understand people make it such this convoluted thing. Just do nothing at all. Like, to me, that's crazy. That's stupid. But yeah, that was my little spiel. I can't believe none of the other women wanted to come up, but
because they can't answer these questions. They can't answer these questions.
to me,
they know everything that I was saying earlier is facts. That's why they know it's facts. It wasn't no dragging going on. It's facts.
Yeah, nah. See, you thought you was gonna be able to drag me. That's why I feel like
because they can't exactly. They be cap.
Melanated, come up here and talk your shit, cause you feel me. Talk your shit, Melanated.
Well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go and call whoever you need to call back. Okay?
Yeah, I will. I'll check it. Are you gonna be on live later or something?
Maybe.
All right. Well, if you back on later, I'll hop on.
All right, bet.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for the gifts. Somebody dropped me a crazy gift. Thank you. All right.
Kelly, keep it real, man. Kelly, keep it real.